Hi everyone, this is Michelle Hale, your East Bay stamp chick and your Fun Stampers Journey coach. So I'm back here and I wanted to show you a new project that we have going. And our new catalog launched July 1st, so that was yesterday. So we have tons and tons of brand new items to show you in our catalog. And what I have here today is the Cottage Bouquet stamps and the matching die set, and that's from the new catalog. And this can be bought separately or in a bundle. So excited about this. It comes with 11 stamps and 7 dies, some really great sentiments, and some beautiful flowers. So we're going to use that today. And what we'd like to create is this little pocket card, gift card holder type card. I guess that's what you would call it. Basically, this opens up so you can put like a happy birthday in here, and on the top comes out the gift card. So this is our gift card holder die that you can just slide a gift card right into. We created a pocket on the front of the card, slides right in, and then we have all these cute little flowers and bows, and the sentiment is hoping your day is perfect. So I'd love to show you how we came up with this idea, and it's super cute and super easy, okay? So this one actually started with a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. And what I did is I took a 12 by 12 piece and I cut it to 5.5 inches this way, and then it's 12 inches this way. Actually, let me get a better piece. This is the one we want to use today. So it is the 12 inches long, 5.5 inches tall, and I scored it at every 4 inches. Okay, so this will fold up like you see to create the front of the card. I took a circle die and I centered it and cut this out so that way we would have a little tab to be able to tell that we have a tag in there to pull out. And all you have to do is, we're going to glue this or tape it right along here to create your pocket. First though, we're going to turn it into this really cute little bow patterned paper, and that's one of the fun things about using a plain cardstock is that you get to stamp it with whatever you want. So we're going to take the deep lilac stamp pad, and we're going to take the little bow from the stamp set, super cute, and we're going to just stamp that all over. And I'm going to get a piece of paper to put behind it. I'm going to move these out of the way so that way I can go off the paper and I don't get it all over my desk. So you're just going to ink that up and you're going to stamp. And it's really good that if you kind of like turn it in different directions so that way it looks very random and it looks just like you purchased the paper like this. So you didn't even create it, it came this way. I'm just going to put those all over. You want some of them to come off the paper, just like it would be if it came printed that way. And we're just going to fill this all up. And of course you could use any color of ink that you want. I love this deep lilac on the, this base color is the Perfect Amethyst. So I just think it's so pretty because it just shows up so well, and I think that with the bow it just looks really cute. And again, this is from the new catalog. So brand new stamp set. The new catalog is absolutely beautiful. You definitely want to check it out. It is online in a flip book format, so you can look at it online page to page and see all the great items in there. Or you can order one and have one of the beautiful catalogs right in your hands. Okay, so that looks good, and that creates our paper, printed paper look, and that is the deep lilac. All right, so your next step is going to be to adhere this. And I'm going to use our Journey craft glue. You could use definitely white liner tape or any type of adhesive that you have. This is just easy to run down the side. If I can get some coming out here. There we go. I just like to squish it around. And you want to keep it close to the edge because you want to have room in your pocket for the gift card to slide in and out. So we'll close that up. And then I'm going to fold that over. Okay. Make sure it's all clean and the glue is oozing out. And I'm going to take a couple of clips here and just hold that down so that way it will adhere really nicely. Okay. All right, so look at that. We already have it looking like the original. Super cute. Let's move that out of the way. While this dries, our next piece will be let's look at the parts and the components that we have here that we need to put together. This is the gift card holder. So the die comes like this, and it's called the gift slider die set. There's 2 dies that come in here. And what's great about this, because it is in 2 pieces, it makes it really versatile. So you could just add the bow slider part to anything. So it could be on a bigger piece of cardstock, and you could add that in without having to cut out the rectangle that goes with it, or you can put it all together. Okay, so this black square is just the cutout of the rectangle, and then the purple square is the 2 pieces together. And I like to put it onto another piece of cardstock just to, reinforce it and make it more stable. So that way when you slide your gift card in there, it's just a little bit stronger. So you can, of course, use any type of adhesive. If you do use like a tape, you're going to want something a little bit on the skinny side because you don't want to interfere with this area that it's going to slide into. So I typically just run the glue part way, and I don't get it too close to the area where it's going to slide in. Okay. And so then we're just going to match these up. I like using the glue because it allows me to kind of slide it around and get it to a really perfect match, whereas sometimes tape is not very forgiving. So to complete this part of it, you just need to put a standard hole punch and then tie some ribbon in there. And I used one of my favorites, and I use it on a lot of projects, and that is the Journey Girl stripes. It's 20 yards on here. I mean, you get a ton with this, and I love the fact that it's a little bit thicker and stiffer, so it has some really nice body to it, and so it holds up really well. And I love the black and white stripes, so I use that on a lot of my projects. So that would be complete once you punch your hole and put your ribbon in and slide a gift card. So ready to go. Okay, so your next piece that we're gonna do while we're waiting for the other one to dry, and that just takes a couple minutes really, is the flowers. So what I did for the flowers is I colored them in with our Color Splash, which is a watercolor watercolor pencil. And let me show you what this looks like. Let me get those out. So they're Journey Color Splash. They're 48 watercolor pencils that come in this nice little tin. Let me open this up. So you get 48 colors. It does show you how to mix and match your colors to make colors that match our palette, because we have all these wonderful colors of paper, and if you want it to match perfectly, you can do that. And there are 2 trays full of pencils. And what I love about these is there's a lot of ways to use them. I'm going to show you one way today, but there's lots you can do with it. And I'm going to get out my blending brush, and actually let's get the medium. So I've got the medium brush. Some of these I have already colored, Okay, and then I'm going to color one for you and show you how to do that. And I like to take a couple different colors and put them together on these because I think it just gives more dimension. So this is like, I guess, a chrysanthemum, and I'm going to take pencil. This is number 9, I believe, or number 6. One of the two, just depends which way it goes. And all we're going to do is I'm going to just color in some pink, and I want to put the other color that I have here, which is kind of this fun little orange color, number 10. That is going to go on the tips. And so I'm just going to get the pink on each petal. And you don't have to do this perfectly, which is one of the reasons why I love the watercolor pencil style, is because it doesn't have to be perfect. So the color splash pencils work great for me because it's just easy. I can just work that color in, and then I'm going to use some water afterwards, and I will be able to manipulate the color a little bit. Okay, so I'm just getting some pink in there. Get a little pink. Okay, and then I'm going to take the orange color, just going on the tips, and I'm just kind of working it in, and you know, totally want to work that in right with the pink. You want them to blend together. You want to create some fun looks with that and some colors. And you can see on this one, that this is the one I'm doing, you can see how there's some highs and lows in coloring, and there's some pink and there's some orange areas, which I think just make it fun and adds dimension, because flowers are not perfectly the same color all over. And so by adding some in here and there, different colors, and you can do as many colors as you want. I chose to only do 2, but you can totally change the look. Now on the stem, I just ran a little bit of the olive green. Actually, I didn't do the stem yet. And of course you could use a couple of colors, but that's a really skinny stem. So I've colored all of these, and you can see that the color is mostly concentrated towards the center, and then it kind of gets lighter as you go. And so when you run the water over, you know, look how much it changes. Okay, so super easy. I like to, with these, is I'll squeeze a little bit of water out on an acrylic cube or Clearview sheet, anything plastic. And that way I have that to dip into and to clean my brush. I never squeeze water onto the paper, okay? I don't do that. That would give you just too much water. So you don't want to like oversaturate the paper. And this one, you don't have to do anything special. I'm just going to run it across, so the colors will blend together. And so it just gives you some of those highs and lows, and then it fills in wherever there's a white spot. I'm able to fill that in with my brush. Super easy. That's what I love about this. I have a hard time holding a pen and pencil sometimes. Some days my hands just don't want to do it, and so being able just to scribble some color and then lightly put some water on top, super easy. And then I'm just going to squeeze a little water out, clean that color off, and it's ready to go for the next color. This is actually the same color combination. Getting a little bit of water off on the daisy. Okay. And we're just running that right over, so it's all colored in. Now the center piece, I'm going to pick up a little water, and I put a little bit of like a hazelnut brown in there. I'm going to wipe that off, and then I'm going to just run a little bit down the olive green that I put on the stem. So I like to do the lighter colors first, but of course if you're cleaning your brush it really doesn't matter. But I just have a tendency to save the purple one for last because it's a deeper colors. So this one, because the color is only in the center, I'm starting with the brush in the center and dragging the color out to the tips. Okay, so the color is just a tiny bit lighter on the tips than in the center. So it just gives you a little color variation, little sense of the bend in the flower petal because it's deeper colored in the center. Okay. Love this big, sunflower. So pretty. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little extra water, clean my brush a little bit. And then the center part, I put 2 shades of brown. There's a little bit of kind of that same hazelnut color and like a cocoa powder color in the center. It gives you just a little bit more dimension. So let's just clean that off. All right. Oh, and let's grab the green. Let's do this olive. And I just like to run the water over it because it just kind of slightly changes that. So I just like the way it looks. All right. So for the purple, we have a lighter color, kind of like the pretty amethyst color on the outside and like kind of like a deep lilac color on the inside. So I'm going to start on the outside and bring the water in, because if you don't, then you will end up with all dark, because that dark color will invade onto your lighter one. So I'm just going to kind of go around and start bringing that in. This is so simple, such an easy way to get a little bit of definition without having to do too much. Okay. Now I'm going to go around that deeper purple. You can drag a little bit of it out and create some shadows. Fill in wherever there's some white areas. So this is definitely not like a color technique for perfection. It's just super easy, quick. There's a little bit of yellow in the center I'm going to play with. And then let's just run this green. Okay, so those are our flowers. They're all completely colored. Super easy. Love those pencils. They just make it incredibly easy. And that's how I like to craft. It's got to be fun. It's got to be easy. So your next piece is we can glue this together or adhere it with tape. And then I glued with the craft glue the little sequins on, and then I put foam squares underneath. And there's foam squares underneath all the flowers. Okay. And glued those on, and then I just cut another piece of the cute ribbon and put that right on with a glue dot. Okay, so this is our card, and it should be pretty much dry at this point. Okay, so let's start some assembly here, and I'm just going to use use a little bit of glue because it's right here. Don't really probably need that much. All right, and I don't know if you've ever seen or used the Journey sequins, but this is amazing. You get this many sequins in this jar. I mean, it is a lot of sequins. And so you have a couple of different sizes in here as well. So this is all the silver. So we've got all these little sizes of sequins in there. Super fun, tons of them. So if you are someone who likes to make shaker cards at all, then you get your money's worth. Let me say on this one, because that is a lot of sequins. I'm going to wipe off a little bit of the excess. I'm going to just put that down. Okay, let me hold this paper down so it sticks. Yep. All right. So I just put a couple on it. It's up to you, like how many or what size. I'm going to pick up a little glue off my thumbnail. Oops, that one's not taken. Didn't quite have enough on there. You can also adhere these sequins with the Journey Glaze. That's another great product you could use. All right. And then we have one more that we'll put down at the bottom. And this does dry clear, so nobody's going to see that you have it on there. Okay? It's perfect. So then we just need to add some foam squares to this, and it will be good to go. Let me put these away before they spill. Okay, so that's it for the glue. And let me put some foam squares on everything here. I have a tendency to use a lot of foam squares. I love them, and I always think I need more. So you might be looking at me saying, why is she putting so many on there? But I would like to use a lot. I did stamp the sentiment, which is hoping your day is perfect, in the deep lilac ink, and then all the flowers were stamped in our black licorice ink. Okay, and then I just put that off to the side. And then we have this little guy. Now, if you wanted to, for the stems, something that I did on this card is I took some of the foam squares and I cut them in half to support the stem. And so you could definitely do that, so that way there's a little bit of support underneath that stem. Okay. Let me put this one up a little bit. I love that purple with on top of the purple. I think that looks really great. And probably didn't need that many, but that's okay. And the last one, the little chrysanthemum. I love this beautiful stamp set. I mean, I'm living all the flowers. So pretty. You can color them any way you want to, or not color them. I just think it's so versatile. Looks amazing. Okay, and then I added the bow. Okay, super simple. So while I have you though, let me show you one other thing. I made this card, and very pretty much the same thing. The difference is that this one came out of a 12 by 12 sheet, okay, which is why it is 4 inches across and 5.5 long. This one I made out of an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, so it is the 5.5 inches tall. But it is only, let's do this, inches. It is 3.5 inches wide, okay? So same idea. I did put an extra punch on the back for the circle, and it's got the gift card holder, which I cut down just a tiny bit to make sure that it was going to fit in the pocket, because it is a little smaller. And then just did the panels a little differently and had the happy birthday on there. So super cute. So it doesn't matter what size paper you have, you can still make this card, and it can hold your gift cards. So when you give a gift card, it's super pretty and cute for the occasion. So if you liked anything that you saw here today, Check me out at www.funstampersjourney.com/mhale is my site, or email me at eastbaystampchick@gmail.com. And if you love the video and you'd like to see crafting ideas, please subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos coming, and I'd love for you to get the chance to see them. So thank you so much for spending some time with me, and happy crafting.